Now, um, so this is um, Catherine Urban. She will be here for some time, and she'll be part of the astrological community here, and it should be really exciting, and it should be a pleasure, definitely. So, there's several things that are going to be occurring that we're going to do here, but I just want to go over a couple of different things. I have some things written on the board here, and one of those things that I just want to talk to you about is this guitar song thing. Now, when I see certain people, they sort of remind me of different styles of music. And for me, I see Catherine playing guitars and maybe singing songs played by guitar, various types of songs. So that may be part of the customary. And there's certain times of year where certain qualities, certain aspects of you may get expressed, and then other times of year we may look at other parts. And so there's a couple times of year, we have something happening where you're going to be interacting, spending time living with somebody whose lunar nodes are in the exact opposite signs as yours. And so I'm going to cut that a little bit shorter because it is long, and I'm realizing how long that it will be. So from the Taurus new moon on, I think it's the 19th of May that is, through up until June 3rd, which I think is the full moon in Sagittarius, you're going to, is that it? Okay. So from that point, from Taurus, the new moon in Taurus in May to the full moon in Gemini at the very beginning of June, you're going to be spending time with somebody whose nodes are opposite yours, and your nodes will be opposite theirs. And I've kind of explained that where you're learning from each other and teaching each other as you're going along. And I was thinking that from the 13th through the 18th of June is going to be a period where Catherine Urban will be back at the Amenten again. Then from July 12th through the 16th, it's going to be another time right before we switch over to, in terms of customs, which are events, people, places, things, sort of wrapped into one before we switch over to talking about Venus retrograde, and then we're going to be inviting a couple different guests. Call it Baron Reid. Is going to be here at the Amenten during that particular period of time. Also with the astrologer Kelly Rosano, she'll be here during that Venus retrograde. So that's happening. And then from October 5th through the 15th, or from the 5th to the 11th, we'll see. Then from December 10th through the 21st. That may end up being the 14th to the 21st. We'll just have to see. But definitely as it's getting close to the solstice, and then at this time of year again. So in early April. So those are the different times of year, or early to mid-April, right now. That's today, basically. So, those are the times of year that I have planned. And we may do, a variety of different things. For example, in June, we may go on a kind of outing. And I have to see what that outing will be. It may be a picnic or something. I don't know. In July, I don't know what we'll be doing. I don't know. Maybe July, I don't know. October, will definitely be when we're going to be looking more at the, Harry Potter and things like that, and the astrology for the fall time of year. And then we're looking at more solstice tradition, astrological themes, and of course we're going to be having a solstice several day celebration around the 21st of December, so that will coincide with that. And I think I made a video about that already. Maybe I'll send an email out, but it'll be a kind of several day solstice celebration combined with Christmas time as well, when we get when we get that far into the year. And so maybe we'll do some kind of an outing also to Pella and Red Rock Lake around that time of year sometime between, I think I'm going to change this, between the 14th of December through the 21st. From that time, we may end up doing something. So we may end up going on an outing of some kind to Pella, which is a city in Iowa, and to Red Rock Lake, which is a really beautiful lake that I think would be really gorgeous to go walk around during that time of year. We'll see what'll happen. And I think by that time they should have their things up for the holidays and things like that. So these are very specific times of year. Now, with some kind of liberty, and I sort of said this in that welcome video, I think a huge reason why I've had December as a time of year listed here, for Catherine Urban coming to the event, and at least the planned times of year that I have in mind right now. The reason for this is because of a movie that I was seeing. It's a version of the Christmas Carol called FX's A Christmas Carol. Now, in that movie, there is no filter. And there may be one of those, I may have to have somebody who will come in, who will put a little, insert one of those little things that goes bleep on all the exclamative words used. Let's see how this is going to go. That has a lot of negative things. That movie has a lot of negative things, and there's certainly several things that they need to change with that. They've changed the plot. They've gone off the plot. Just some things that are not so good about it, but it is nostalgic to watch it every year, and I find myself wanting to see it around, the holidays. I usually see it. For the past 2 years, I've seen it on December 23rd, not the 24th, but the 23rd of December, and it in its own way is just a story that takes Scrooge and makes him a lot more kind of deeper, twisted, kind of type character. Really dark type character. Besides the, yelling and screaming. Well, the way that Scrooge is, besides the version that they made him into, and that FX The Christmas Carol, takes on another side, which is far more real, scientific, also philosophical, and it's much more. This person is much more kind of messed up. I guess you could say, in several more issues going on. But anyway, that's what we might be looking at around that time. Particularly the actress who played the Ghost of Christmas Presents, we're going to really be looking at when we get there. Now, a couple of other little things here is that there is a resemblance of Catherine Urban to Emma Watson. Both of their first names they sort of go together, rhyme in a way. Both names sort of rhythmically sound the same. Two syllables in the first name, 2 syllables in the last name. But there's more to it than that. Far more. And we'll look at that. And, I know I was seeing a conversation that you had with Stormy Grace. You were talking about the planets stationing in astrology, and you were just mentioning Emma Watson, who had a Neptune station. So, I found that really interesting. And, it's those small moments when somebody points out his or her resemblance that, it's very special. Now, I don't feel like I want to put people on the spot and then, address them and say, oh, these are your resemblances. This is who you're in resemblance to and why. I don't want to do that. I don't feel comfortable doing that. But we'll take a look at that, certainly. Now, obviously, if you follow her on, YouTube and Instagram, you'll find that she, that you do these videos, these astrology shots, like you're kind of going, drinking shots, and there's, they come out in rounds. So, a couple of days videos come out, and then a couple of days, there's not new videos, and then those kind of things. So you can check those videos out. They're very short. They're very to the point, which is, admirable. That's kind of how I'm making my videos, because I notice so many astrologers really, get right down to it, and my videos are, maybe they're more in depth on some level. Who knows? I know Pam Gregory is really in depth when she gets into the chart of the new moons, full moons, eclipses, and all the other astrological events that she is talking about when she gets into the aspects, the real specific things. And I'm pretty in depth. Also, I think I kind of speak at a slower pace because I have Mercury and the sign of Taurus. And so I think maybe I make longer videos sometimes. Who knows? But you can check those out. They do come out, and I'm sure that you'll all really like them. Kind of little bursts of insight and wisdom, and an energy that you're learning about and you're hearing about, and you can also apply to your own life. Now, there's several parts to a person, there's several aspects to a person, and there's several different kinds of, customs, parts to them. And, I don't know. Just these things come to me. I see people, I see situations, and I think of random words. I think of random phrases. And, I don't know why I hear this and I think about this, but when it comes to customs, there's more to it than just this resemblance to Emma Watson and all these kind of customs. There's also a modern, side to, Catherine Urban. And these two aspects, kind of casual side, kind of motherly side, and I don't mean in a I'm not talking about the the nurturing kind of mom perspective. In this case, I'm talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about. Kind of an American mom. This is very difficult to explain. I knew someone who was born on September 22nd, only a couple of days, from when you were born, who I think was a Virgo sun and a Cancer moon, and she was a mom. And she had a lot of qualities, in her personality that are similar to, Catherine Urban's personality. And so she was a mom of, kids. And so that's what I'm talking about here. Kind of a fun mom, friendly type of mom, I guess you could say. I don't know. So that is just what I want to say about that, and I don't know why this is even now. I don't feel like I want to go into that. Alright, now, I've spoken about that, I've addressed that. Now, I think I'm going to be having, Susan, you can take, Catherine, and then, you can go into the living quarter and get yourself set up and get things unpacked and all those kind of things. And we will all be going downstairs. So I'm going to be having people follow me downstairs. I know you can take that screen and you can move it downstairs, and we're gonna go downstairs. So let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna shut the door now. Alright. Now, if I haven't wasted my time already today, I'm gonna get to this. It's just getting put off, and put off. I'm sick of it. Come on, please. Okay. Oh, excuse me. You can do whatever you want to do. Whilst I'm doing this. You know what? Let's see how many videos I have on this. I don't feel like I want to do this today. I don't feel that I need to do this. So I'm just going to take this out of the equation. Okay, you know what? This is what has to happen. I don't have to do this. just don't feel inspired to do this.